All right, so I'm in port-saint-louis-du-rhone. It is Sunday, it's the last day of July, and this is my last day here. Tomorrow I'm flying back home, and the adventure is over for this time. It's not what we expected, but still, it feels kind of good, and I'm looking forward to next year's channel adventures. But for now, I have to prep the boat, pack as much stuff as I can get in one bag, and winter safe everything for the upcoming winter. I hope to be back maybe once or twice before spring to get some projects done and stuff, but we'll see. So one thing at a time. Let's prep the boat, and tomorrow we'll say goodbye. Last time when she rules the waves, I hauled Sedna out of the water with the help of some new friends. And then I spent my last days doing chores and preparations in the increasing winds. This time I start packing my stuff, start preparing for winter, and start planning my next leg before I close up and head home. Thanks for being part of our journey, and I hope to see you on social media and back here once the next leg begins. And don't forget to subscribe. Alright, here we are, the flags, and our new protection saint pirate dude with a nose. And of course Lazie. I'm sorry to say goodbye to you. I hope I see you a little this winter. But I left you a bottle of rum to make you happy.
Yeah, I know. It's so great. Sláinte.
So, I finally managed to get a very expensive budget flight with only one stopover. But that means everything has to go into one bag. Well, it doesn't seem like it's gonna fit, but I won't know if I don't try. I love my new sailor trunk/backpack, and those vacuum bags are truly a lifesaver for sailors. Well, that is half the bag. Whoop. Later, I took my bike back into town and once again met up with Ove to pick up some guidebooks for the inland waterways that he didn't need anymore. Then, we ended up back at the town square for some more food and drinks. Last night here, so cheers. Goodbye, Sedna. I hope I see you soon. I'll really miss you. So, time to leave and go back home. But wow, what a journey it's been. We started this leg in Pescara, on the east coast of Italy, about a month and a half ago. Our first jump was down to Ortona, where we were welcomed like royalty, and also had to figure out some engine trouble. Next leg took us overnight to Brindisi, where we lost most of the crew. We continued as a duo down to the heel, where we were spontaneously treated to a midsummer celebration by countrymen. Next we jumped over the bay to Crotone, where I lost my last crew member. And then I had to continue solo, anchored for the first time, and continued to Marina di Rocella, where I ran into the Swedish pirates once again before suffering a major engine failure. While stuck in Rocella, I picked up my family and saw Pompeii, Tropea, Stromboli and much more on a land vacation. My parents joined me along the south coast and up to Reggio Calabria, where we picked up new crew. We broke our swim platform while in port, but managed to time the rough currents north through the Messina Strait. We moved through the weird bubbling waters and maelstroms and went west along Sicily. We enjoyed a night at anchor before continuing to Palermo. We started the concept of 12-minute sightseeing and enjoyed the city, our last stop before crossing the Tyrrhenian Sea to Sardinia. We swam at the Red Rocks and we were in awe of the beautiful coast, stopped by the island of Tavolara before continuing north between some of the beautiful smaller islands and then over to Corsica, where we took refuge for the night. Next day we ended up at the marina of Ajaccio. Then we crossed one more sea, followed the coast of the French mainland and ended up at our temporary resting place at Port Navy Service in port-saint-louis-du-rhone. But although this leg of the journey is over, the summer isn't, so it's time to go back home to see my sons. I got shoes on for the first time this summer. Alright, here we go. Back home. The first few days back home we spent at the beach, playing miniature golf, eating pizza and stuff like that. Pretty much having a summer vacation. Then we went to Tivoli, an amusement park in Copenhagen. Our plan all along was to go sailing with Kajsa, the red spear of a boat that I grew up on, but unfortunately she wasn't ready for the water yet, since most of the sailors in the family had been sailing with me in the Med off and on this summer. But the archipelago is still going to be our next adventure, and more about that next week. Thank you so much for letting us share this amazing journey with you. I hope you will stick around for the rest of the adventures because I have no intention of quitting yet. Check out our social media, our webpage, and if you really want to help, consider becoming a patron. See you next week, and until then, take care.